Good evening. Today is April 22nd, 2025 at 7 o'clock. And this is our monthly meeting of the Baker County Animal Advisory Board. And I'm Ms. Fletcher, your chair. And first, we will call to order. Well, we just did that. Okay, we have new business, approval of minutes. Anyone have time to look over the minutes?
I don't have any questions. I can make a motion to approve the
Okay.
minutes as is.
Second.
Okay, say your names, state your names.
Jennifer Barker made a motion.
Linda Taylor, second the motion.
Very good. Rescue incentives, Connie Canada.
Yes, this was actually an old item, and I don't know, is Sarah here tonight?
Apparently not.
I don't know if anyone else can answer this. So I recall, I believe it was part of the Leaders in Life Saving grant or whatever that was. There was said to be rescue incentives. I really hadn't heard anything more on that, and the rescues that have pulled also haven't heard anything. So I was just curious as to what that was, although I understand we may not even have the grant anymore. I'm not 100% sure on all that.
That would be a Sarah question.
Okay. So we'll have to bring that one to Sarah.
I wonder, is there any update that maybe, Georgia, you could provide? Because it has been a few months. We've been waiting to just get an update. And so just so today can be productive, is there anything that you could share with us regarding the grant, the progress under the grant, or if it has been terminated?
That would be a Sarah question.
Okay, and I did just want to mention that the last meeting, we did request that information and didn't receive follow-up, and so I know we all share common goals where we want to, contribute and offer guidance, and it's just difficult to do that with a lack of information. So I would respectfully request that we do receive that information before the next meeting. Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to possible partnering with the Baker County Correctional to restart the prison training program for dogs. And Connie Canada, speak on that.
And this may potentially be another Sarah question, unless Georgia has any information. I know this goes back several months, right? Last time we talked about this. I think that they had reached out to you guys. I don't know if they reached out to you, Georgia, or to Sarah about, this was the Baker County Correctional reaching out about.
Sarah sent all the information over to them, but I have not heard anything
Okay.
more about it.
Still waiting on legal approval? Okay. So maybe next month we can get an update from, if Sarah has something sooner, she can send it an email. Otherwise, we'll keep it on there for next month, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would love to do this. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, well, moving along. Progress made under grants. Jennifer Barker will talk about that.
That was just a recurring item where we were hoping to just get an update on the significant grant revenue streams that were provided for animal control. And so if there's any information that could be available, I think it would aid in this discussion. So I'm not sure, Georgia, if you could speak to that. Particularly were there some recommendations that were made, because it's my understanding, of course, there were wonderful financial resources, but also there was the mentorship aspect. So did you have the opportunity to work with anybody? And were there specific recommendations that were given that maybe we could revisit if they weren't implemented? Or maybe you did implement some and you could speak to that too.
The only thing that we did was some training with Tanya. Tanya went to some training.
Okay.
That's about the only thing that came our way was training offered to her.
Okay. There wasn't anything regarding best practices, maybe from a shelter standpoint, that were shared?
We had a meeting, Sarah and I, and Kayla, do you have the name of that gentleman that came out that met with Sarah and me? But he was sent by the grant.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Nicholas?
I don't think so. I think his name was Tom.
I'm just wondering if there was already, some evaluation or recommendations that have come about throughout this process that maybe us as an advisory council could consider, to see how we might be able to start implementing some of those. And then also, talk about some things that we did implement that were successful, and then we can look at the priority of what the need is, and then maybe reconsider how we could develop an action plan to approach that.
Okay. Now we have community cats. Who would like to speak on that? Our cat expert?
I think that was also a topic that came up in the last meeting. We know that sometimes cats are an area of concern when we're looking at live release rates, particularly some of the feral community cats. And we did get some helpful updates the prior meeting, and we know that sometimes there are some approvals that are granted for different businesses that are managing colonies in specific areas, which was really wonderful to hear. So, we can just continue to focus on the positives and the progress that we have made in that regard, but also, as we do move forward, kind of reconsider how we can expand some of those efforts.
Okay. Okay, we will move to reoccurring items, and we have a lot of the fundraising that we just we had over the weekend. With someone, Paige, would you like to speak at that?
Oh gosh, it was 2 weekends ago
Oh,
now.
that's
Where
2
did this
weeks?
time
Goodness
flies
gracious.
by? I'm already writing 2026 on things. Yes, we had Heroes for Hounds. Heroes for Hounds was put on by Friends of Baker County Animals and the Sons of the American Legion, where half of the proceeds went to the American Legion and some of their initiatives with veterans. And I think outside of a vote, I think one of the things they were going to vote on was one of the initiatives was going to be Canines for Heroes, Canines for Warriors. And then the other half was going to Friends of Baker County Animals, which was going to donate portions of the proceeds to local animal rescues, as well as spay-neuter initiatives, which we so very much need here in Baker County. So we haven't quite finalized everything up, but we think we're right around $10,000. Still waiting on a few things, but going from three-day fundraiser last year to a 2-day fundraiser this year, and collecting the same amount of money would be great. Hopefully next year it's just 1 day, same amount of money or more. So, but yes, a lot of traction there, a lot of interest, a lot of folks were super excited to see more opportunities and become more aware of different initiatives that are going on in the community, like Spay Baker, like Fix Them All. There's a local mobile vet that comes here once a month that set up and did low-cost vaccinations and free microchips. Waiting on some stats from that, but super excited there. And then Georgia, I think y'all were there and y'all had some adoptions, right?
Yeah, we did 4.
4 adoptions for some puppies, right?
Wonderful.
Some of
They
the
were all puppies, yeah.
Of course. So super cute, but very successful day, beautiful weather, and yeah, that pretty much sums-
This will be annually.
Yes, that was our second annual one, so we're definitely looking forward to doing this every March, April timeframe.
That's pretty incredible. Great job with that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
You worked long and hard on that.
Yes.
Kind of cracked you on that. Okay, so the scholarship is coming up May the 20th at Glenn, Georgia. You'll be there.
I thought that you wanted to do it.
I thought we were going to do it
Oh,
together.
well, we
We
can.
can.
I
I mean, I don't mind doing it, but
should be back May 20th.
okay. Just remind me. I'll put it on my calendar too. I mean, it's very nice. My gosh. I don't know if any of y'all have ever been to the scholarship
How much
programs.
is it now?
Huh?
How much is the scholarship?
$250.
$250.
It's $250 now?
Yes. I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah, because we talked about it the last
Just in the
meeting.
minutes.
Oh,
But
by
it
the way, I got a very nice thank you card from the young man that received it last year. And he mailed me a
That's so
thank you card.
sweet.
That's nice.
It's amazing the scholarships they give away and the amount that they give away. These businesses do. Okay, so PetSmart adoption update. Miss Linda Taylor?
No, that would be Georgia.
Miss
for
Georgia
Animal
Lawford?
Control.
I have no idea how many we ended up doing on the nationals. We did like two cats,
2 cats and 3 dogs.
3 dogs, yeah.
That 1 week?
That 1 week, yeah. And then Linda, she got very successful. She got lots of homes for hers that week.
How did that compare to prior year? Was that an increase in adoptions?
The prior year would have been the November or October event.
Okay,
I think they did more, Baker County Animal Control did more adoptions that week.
okay.
Yeah, it's every 3
a
months.
week. 3 times a year.
Is it 3? I thought it was 4 times a year.
No, it's 3.
3?
Because it's extended to a week rather than a weekend.
Yeah, okay.
You did more in, I think you did, didn't you did 10 in October? I think you did
It
10.
seems like we've done a lot more adoptions. Okay, future projects update. Does anyone have anything that we're doing? There was something I noticed that Paige, I don't know who put it together with the cheerleaders.
Oh, that was so cute.
Adorable.
Georgia, you want to tell about it?
Adorable.
That is for their football alumni. Is that what that's for?
It's for the BCHS Wildcats football program this year. So they're taking ads. So my nonprofit paired up with Animal Control. We got some of the cheerleaders, a football player and a baseball player, to come out and do a photo shoot. And it is
I heard so many. Oh my God!
Imagine a bunch of
Everybody
16-year-olds
wants
squealing
to
about
know.
puppies. It was
The
pretty cute.
enthusiasm of teenage girls.
Yes, that was very nice.
I think it's going to be one of the
We
Gold
got some
Star ads
really
in the
awesome
program.
photographs.
Yeah, I
We
have
got-
to send you
yeah.
the link for the rest of them. She and Caitlin Jade Photography donated her time and efforts into
That's
doing
nice.
those photographs for us for free. So it was pretty great, and it's going to turn out. It's going to turn out awesome.
Everything we do, even though if it's something small, adds up to something big, as we've seen with
Yes.
all of us here. You know, I think it's wonderful.
Well, they did that
idea.
photo shoot on Wednesday, and we did Heroes for Hounds on Saturday, and those puppies were snapped up like
So
that.
fast.
Yeah.
And
Are
that's
those pictures
something.
available on the website
I
as
think-
well?
Yeah, I believe so.
There's a link. We haven't put them on the totally on Facebook yet. We're trying to keep it a little bit of a surprise until the football programs are released, but I'll send it to everybody
Is
so
it
you can
not
see
under?
it.
Where did I see it at? Because I saw it under Friends of Baker County.
I put a little sneak peek for like 4 or 5 of the photos,
Oh, okay,
but that's
okay.
not all of them. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
adorable.
yeah.
All right.
Well, and I think, which we'll need to add it on for next time, but look, we used to have spay and neuter on here as a regular thing. So if we can add that back to the recurring, because I think you guys are still doing some stuff. Paige and I just wrapped up doing some stuff with the Humane Society in Gainesville, and we're trying to work on some more funding to do some more with that. While they aren't work on Spay Baker, and I think Fix 'em All is still in play too. So
How many do we think we've spayed and neutered through all of this? Do we know?
we'll have to bring that next time. I know we posted our numbers, but I don't recall what they are off the top of my head. So we'll bring that next time.
But like there again, there's
Let me
just
see.
something that's
Let's
just even getting better around
Yeah,
here.
and then
know?
you had
Linda-
Spay Baker numbers posted.
Okay,
Do you
Linda
remember?
might have Spay Baker numbers.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Spay Baker numbers. Do you have the numbers?
For last year?
Well, for just the last time since we've been here. Do you have any information?
When was the last time we were here?
Last month? Yeah. We were here in March.
A month ago? No, we
Yeah.
No, I
weren't
think it
here.
was February.
We were
was
not
the
here
last
in
one.
March.
February.
It was February? Boy, time flies, doesn't it? Okay. All right, live. Do we have a live release report? It's not attached to this.
That will probably be caught up by the end of the week. I'll
Okay.
provide it to Kayla and she can send it out to you.
We'll be looking
Our
for
shelter
that.
love was shut down once again. So it's a matter of sitting there for hours, putting in all the animals that you couldn't put in because it wasn't working.
Oh, no.
So I know
So
we
by
don't
the end of
have-
the week, I should have it caught up. I'm just going to rerun January, February, and March to make sure that it's all caught up and correct. And because we found animals that were still in there that had been claimed, and they were still being counted as being in there, and it kept freezing up on us, and then it was completely shut off, and then it came back on. So by the end of the week, you should have January, February, and March. I'll rerun all 3 months.
I also love how you put, which is sad, but it does get attention, of the inmates that, you know, that you picked up and they've been impounded and,
Yeah.
you know, violations. And I share those, and I hope all of us do too.
I was
And-
going to ask, how has that been?
One-
Now that it's been going on a few months, do you find that impactful? People are seeing their animals and calling you?
Sometimes.
I saw one today.
Sometimes I'd like to get a lot more information on some of the animals
Yeah.
than people are willing to give you.
Yeah.
We just removed an animal today that had been abandoned on a property, and the property owner wanted it removed. She did all the legal ways. She sent out registered letters, no response, this and that. She gave the man 30 days to come get his dog, and of course she didn't want to give up who he was. So I just put on there today, if anybody knows who this dog
I
is,
shared
tell me
it.
he's at the pound.
Yeah. But the white one with a little bit of black had been missing, and I saw Tanya put that yes, they had him. You know.
Well, a lady came in from Georgia this morning and made a missing report on her dog, and then somebody posted the dog
made it
that
to
they
Florida?
found it up in Georgia.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah,
I must
so
have
we
read that.
actually hooked them up together,
Perfect.
and dog got to go back home.
Yay, happy
So
ending.
we're working Georgia too.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's a shame we don't have any jurisdiction right there. Okay, all right, well, items to be discussed for the next meeting.
I have an item.
Okay,
I'll report the Spay Baker numbers for last year. The county funds were expended probably by the end of December. The good news is I have a not small, it's substantial donation that will be deposited into the county account to continue Spay Baker under the county rules for at least 3 more months. So, and that is for cats only. I think there was a very small amount left for dogs. We may be able, once the construction is completed, we may be able to get another dog transport to First Coast No More Homeless, and may need a donation for that. We'll see when the time comes.
How much do you think we had? Did you think we had was it 4 dogs or 6 dogs?
I couldn't hear you.
How many, for
Four,
4 or
6
6
dogs.
dogs? I think you told me about it a few months ago.
Say that one more time.
How many dogs do you think we have enough money left for?
I don't know. I'll have to check that.
Okay.
Like I told you before, I just have to go back and read my notes.
Okay.
But whatever I told you before is what we had.
Okay.
So.
I had a question. I don't know if it's for next meeting or not, but that Shelter Love, to me, reading that report last time, it was not very user-friendly. I didn't find it as informative as I would like. Is there another program that we could transition to, or is that something that's already been paid for? Or we could go to a different program like Pawlytics or something.
Well, like the Chameleon program and all those are extremely expensive. Shelter Love only charges us for the $3 for every animal that we adopt out. That's all our bill is. It's very reasonable.
Yeah. 'Cause I know there's other ones. I was just wondering if it was something that was prepaid that we were locked into, or if we found something different that was more user-friendly, more conducive to understanding, I guess. And do they provide support too? Because I know there's been a fair amount of technology issues. Is there customer support that we could maybe lean on to try to get some of this ironed
There's
out?
a help thing on there that you can go on there and ask them questions and stuff. So.
Are
They should have
responsive
a
to
number
that?
too. They used to have a phone number you could call, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And we don't use them anymore.
Yeah, they usually get back with you.
Okay.
I'll do a quick question. I know the county commissioners just reshared, I think it was the 3rd posting of it, the open positions at Animal Control. Since this is recorded, do you want to speak to those positions, if that's an immediate need, what you're looking for in candidates,
It's
anything
in the
like that?
job description.
So 2 animal control officers full-time and 1 director
Yeah.
for you to train?
Do you guys think I'm going to work till I'm 90?
Yes.
I thought we had a little while longer to go. I didn't think that was more immediate than that. I thought it was going to be next year.
I'm already, I'm almost 2 years past when I was supposed to leave. And as much as I love y'all, it's time for
It's
me
a
to
tough,
go.
it is a very
Yeah,
tough job.
Enjoy
I-
retirement.
I'm probably going to be out of here at the end of the year, and hopefully you guys will find somebody that is as good and obstinate as me.
That's the goal.
Yes.
And
Somebody that'll hang in there for the next 24 years.
True.
And George, I don't know if you know this or this might be a Sarah question. For those 3 roles, or even if it's just 1 or 2 of them, are they required to live in Baker County, or can they be outside of Baker County and drive in?
Anybody, as far as officers, probably required because of the on-call situation. Because you only have a 30-minute response time once you're called out in the middle of the night. And if you live in Middleburg or somewhere like that, it's almost impossible for you to be able to complete the requirement. So
But Baldwin, like if somebody lived in Baldwin, that's Duval. That might
that's only 8 miles away.
right.
But I don't think there's anything. I know the director is required.
The director is
to live
required to
there.
be in Baker.
Yeah.
The ACOs maybe not, but the call
Yeah.
time is important.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a requirement. Okay.
So what are some of the biggest challenges if there's 2 ACO positions open right now? Are there currently unmet needs at the shelter as far as just
You're
regular?
fixing to have a whole bunch of people move into this county, and I think that it's great that the county's preparing for that.
So those are an increase in positions,
Yeah,
not
an
just filling
increase.
vacancies?
It's an increase in positions.
That's
It's- yeah.
fantastic.
Yes.
Okay.
That's great.
I mean, they're wanting to build, 750 homes down on the other side of the county. And for every new home that comes here, every new family that comes here, on the average 2.8 animals come with each home. And there's no way that 1 or 2 people can keep up with that. There's just no way.
So would that bring the
So-
total ACO count to 3 or 4 then? Okay.
I would think, and this is probably for next time, but I would think spacing will be a problem too then.
Yeah, we had talked about that a couple months ago about expanding, but I
Okay.
don't know.
Maybe that's something we can talk
Yeah.
about when Sarah's here.
Yeah, because it's pretty tight down there.
So building capacity, if we can put that on for next
And I
time.
think we had talked about one time about maybe building something for sick dogs. Did we talk about that?
Oh, quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
quarantine.
talked about that years ago when
Yeah.
we first started. We
Yeah,
were going to
doing
have UF
something.
come up and do a thing. Yeah.
Okay. We can talk about that
Yeah, I
next
got
meeting,
lots
too.
of quarantine dogs here in the last couple of weeks.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Lots of people getting bit.
Uh-oh. Oh, that kind of quarantine. Right. Okay. All right, and then we'll be able to, our next meeting, we'll be able to tell who received the scholarship, the senior at the high school. We'll know who that is. And it says that our next meeting is scheduled for the 27th. That's not Memorial Day, is it?
No.
It's
That's
not?
Tuesday.
Oh, that's right.
Day
Memorial
after.
Day's on a Monday. Okay. All right. Deal. Anybody else? Anyone else have any questions? We're finishing a little early here.
Did you say April 27th?
May 27th.
May? I was gonna say.
I mean, if you want to come back next week, I guess we
I
can.
could swear you said
Remember
April.
when question because you put March, and I'm like, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
I had a question. Can you remind me how I can get access to the stats? I know that you're working on updating them, but if we're not having regular monthly meetings, are those posted on the website, or how can I request those just so we can try to have an awareness of
They
how we're
used
doing?
to
Run 'em
send
for
an
you,
email.
Jennifer.
What's that?
I can run them for you,
That'd be
and
great.
Kayla can send them to you.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they used to send them to us monthly when we didn't meet, but I don't know.
That'd be
That was a
great.
while ago.
Okay. Anybody else? All I can say is we're
Efficient.
growing. We're getting better from where we started. Right, Georgia?
Oh. We're leaps and bounds.
Leaps and bounds, thanks to everybody and all the volunteers and help. So, does anyone else have anything to say?
How are we doing with volunteer support right now?
I'm still looking for somebody to work weekends.
Okay.
We've posted it, I can't tell you how many times.
Now, when you say weekends, that's a volunteer.
Yeah.
But- and you
Just
have to have
come
s-
in and take care of the
You
animals.
just gotta, and you have to have someone you can trust too.
It's just cleaning and feeding and things like that.
It takes a good,
It takes
hour.
anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, depending on how packed it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Or how fast you go. Or if you, or- like when I'm down there, I enjoy it.
Yeah, but I mean, you've been doing it for so many
I know,
years.
I
You've got a
enjoy it.
method. You know, somebody that's just
Yeah,
starting
yeah, I
out
do.
is
I
gonna.
have- I-
They have to find their niche.
I know
you
one time, Georgia, I thought she asked me to clean, and I went down there and there was 2 horses, and I thought they were Georgia's horses. And there was a red and a blue bucket, and they both wanted the red bucket. And I'm like, you can't have the red bucket. And I'm standing behind these horses, thinking they were Georgia's. They were friendly. No, they were rescues. And I'm dragging this one over to the blue bucket. What is this about the red bucket? Are they colorblind? Are horses colorblind? I'm like, what is this? It was the same thing. But it is fun, especially if you love animals, you love, because they, when you walk in that door, whoever's listening, if you want to help clean, a volunteer, when you walk in that door, they are so glad to see you, aren't they? You're so tickled.
So that's a great plea for volunteer
Yes,
help. So for those of you that
volunteer
are
help.
listening,
It is. They're so
you
glad
need
to see you.
volunteer support.
They're all wagging. They're all happy to see
those
you.
are-
You know,
Especially
when-
Jordan.
Wiggle bits.
When they're fully staffed with those 2 additional staff members, I wonder if they could start doing weekends. We could put that on the thing for the future.
All right, girls.
Yeah, if we can get
Okay.
some more people on board, they can have
Yeah.
assigned weekends and
Yeah.
rotate. And, just a matter of getting people on board.
Yep.
Yep. All right, I guess we'll adjourn for
Would
the
any
night.
of you like to apply?
I looked at the salary requirements and they don't meet my needs.
Oh, you mean
but-
apply? I thought you meant volunteer. Yeah, it's
They don't meet my expensive habits.
you what?
They don't, the salary requirements don't meet my expensive habits.
So how does that work? So if we don't have those shifts filled with volunteer support, do we have staff that's working overtime?
No.
What does that look like?
Yeah, if we have to work the weekend, we just take half day off during the week to accommodate for the hours that you worked on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. So as far as our capacity to care for those animals, they're still getting.
Where it'd be like me, where for years I just went.
Well,
I
are there
just
any-
did it.
Are there any needs you have? Litter, cat food, dog food?
Oh no, we're
dish,
great. We're
Dish
great with
detergent,
everything,
dishwasher.
yeah. I just picked up a donation from Walmart today.
How's the pet food bank? Does that need donations?
Really? Do you have a lot of people that come out?
Yep.
For pet food?
Yeah.
How's the
Oh,
food
that's
bank?
so sweet.
Yeah, food bank's doing good.
Oh, great.
I need to get some from some people this week.
Something down there.
And, okay, now so I'm going to announce the hours of the shelter. Like if they wanted to go get food at the food bank. Someone's
The
there
food
about
bank.
8:30.
The food bank's open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 12.
Okay. All right. Don't let your animal go hungry. We can help you. So, okay. Anybody else have anything to say? We will adjourn for the evening. All right. Meeting is closed. Thank you very much.